Hey, so we're actually witnessing an emergency here in the US, and very few of us seem to be paying attention to it. And I'm talking about the vast power grab by the states. I mean, does the state have the right to say, I have to stay at home? What if the state declares that there's a medical emergency and the hospitals don't seem to have any evidence of it? All of the governors of states around the country are seizing new powers for themselves. Now, you have to have sympathy, and that's what they count upon when they say that for the greater good, we need to stay indoors. We need to enforce social distancing. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. And the reason that all of these freedoms that we have are being lost or are being seized by the state governments is because we're not saying anything about it. There is a right to go outside. There is a right to not be confined unless you've been accused of a crime. Now, you may say that this is for the greater good, and I would argue that many, many evils are done in the name of the greater good. Do we have any discussion about these freedoms, these rights that are being unilaterally taken from us? How can it be a right if it can be taken from you? If it can be taken from you, it's no right at all. It's a luxury that's extended to you, a privilege. Do we have rights or not? Do I have the right to go outside? If I have had COVID-19 and I am recovered, do I have to wear a badge declaring that fact? Do I have to have it continually replaced? Am I not allowed to go outside without one? Will they be taking my blood? Will they be forcing me to get a vaccination? These are all freedoms that we've all long taken for granted. 20 years ago, there was a terrorist attack on the US and about 3,000 people died. A small fraction of the number that are dying from this latest health emergency. Not to denigrate it, but my point is that immediately thereafter, huge, vast, sweeping powers were assumed by the federal government. Fourth Amendment went out the window. First Amendment went out the window. Now here we are with people talking about having to give evidence that we're COVID-free, that we've had COVID and recovered, that we haven't had COVID. Since when does carrying papers or a badge or police being able to make any kind of demand on you on the street, since when has that been America? When are we going to wake up to the fact that all of our freedoms are being evaporated in front of our very eyes and we don't say peep? I mean, instead of sitting home and watching Netflix and the Tiger King, why don't you all wake up?